Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin.
And I'm John, of course. After watching Calvin's last couple videos, I thought I had to wear sunglasses to be on here.
Thank you so much.
And I'll tell you a good story on this. I wear prescription glasses, and every pair of sunglasses I ever had, I've lost. So I didn't want them, so I got these flip tops. Well, I didn't know they're out of style. I went to Walmart to get some. Of course, they didn't have any. I went to about 3 stores. Finally, somebody went back in the back and brought out this pack with like that much dust on them. The Filipinos go crazy when I flip them up and down. They love it.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by today. I really, really appreciate it. Your kindness, your generosity, support of my channel has truly been amazing. I never take that for granted. I'm here with John today. We had a special request. You know, we do our show every week on Friday, but of course, I was out of town, so we're doing it on Monday. And this is going to be a special show. I got an email from one of my subscribers. His name was Dan Hackney. Shout out to Dan. I'm going to read it to you. He says, "Hope all is going well with you and family, Calvin." He said, "I just watched your vlog with John. I would love for you to have him back sometime to discuss relationships in depth with Filipinas. He mentioned the 3 years or so he's been there, he's had 6 relationships. He said most of his failures with these gals were mostly on his end. I've always appreciated all the advice you've given on the subject and would like to hear John's in-depth opinion why his other relationships failed and why his current one is working." I think it was a great question, a great request, John, because you know we go back and forth between online dating, offline dating. I know you've done them both. And I'm going to ask you a little bit about that, John.
Okay, the biggest problem that I've had getting a successful relationship was not understanding the culture here in the Philippines. I mean, when I came here and my first girlfriend here, her family was wanting, you know, more and more and more, and I just thought they were all a bunch of lazy bums, and they just wanted handouts. But after I finally learned the Philippine culture, the families really, they share. I mean, they're the most sharing people I've ever met. Calvin said this before, they get together as a family unit, combine their resources. Life's tough here. That's how they get by. I said this last time, somebody laughed about it, but I was being serious. If one family member out of 12 has a handful of rice, all 12 are going to get a little bit of it. So that's why a lot of my relationships failed, because I failed to realize how the culture really is here. Now, some of the other relationships I had that didn't work here was not my fault. Out of the 6, 2 or 3 of them, they just wanted money. I mean, that's what they wanted. And I could sort those out pretty quick. But as far as meeting a good Pinay, Calvin's touched on this, and I will too. The personal introductions are the best, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
I was staying at the Axis Pension House in Lapu-Lapu, and while I was there, I let the staff know that, you know, I was a single guy and I was looking. Well, within 2 or 3 days, they set up interviews for 3 different Pinays. Now, 2 of them were professionals. One of them had a big SUV, but of course she was probably late 30s. She had 3 kids. One of the other ones, she was a professional. She had her own motorcycle and had a travel agency or something like that. But once again, she had a couple kids. The third one they introduced me to worked as a maid at a house very close to the where I was staying, and that's the one I ended up choosing. She didn't have any kids, but that didn't work out. That wasn't my fault or her fault. I don't know how raw you really want me to be. I mean, if you want me to be raw, I'll tell you the reason, but I don't know.
Well, if you can, you know, do it in a way where they can read between the lines.
Okay, I was too big for her.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's not her fault.
That's not
She's a sweet girl, but that's not my fault either, you know.
See, I'm glad you said that about the workers, because I just said that on my live stream yesterday. That's the best. I said, you guys are going to be staying in an Airbnb, you're going to be staying in a hotel, wherever you're going to stay, they got staff. They're going to be comfortable with you. All you got to do is ask them to hook you up. See, John, I didn't even know that's how you met that girl.
Yeah, that's
but that's the best way, guys. I mean, it's real easy. Now, let's get this out of the way real quick, because you've done both. I've done both. You've done online dating and you've done offline. Is there really a big difference, man? Be honest, John. I mean, it's just as easy to meet somebody here offline, right?
I agree. Out of the 7 girlfriends I've had here, only 2 were online. That was my first one that I met while I was in the U.S. and my current wife now.
Yeah.
And I would say online to me would be, you know, we talked about this before. If you're only coming over for 2 weeks, you may want to talk to a couple gals and maybe set up to meet them here. Don't be sending them money, you know, or nothing like that. Where was I at on that?
But you know, people give me a lot of flack about that. You're grown. It's up to you. I'm just telling you my experience. See, I'm getting ready to do a video. It's called "The Philippines is in the Eye of the Beholder," meaning, you know, I'm telling you how I'm seeing the Philippines. My perspective.
Your experience. And then me, I'll tell my experience.
Yeah, yours may be different than mine. See?
But I will say one thing. If you listen 100% to what Calvin tells you, you're going to succeed here. You're not going to fail.
It's just common sense, though. It's nothing earth-shattering.
I agree with that, too.
I don't understand why people always they want to debate me. I'm like, look, man, this is my experience. I'm giving it to you. And, you know, hopefully you can relate to it and maybe it'll help you. See, that's all. It's not, when some people come over here, like me, I see the Philippines as a paradise. I've seen some guys that say, hey, it's a shithole. You understand?
There will be a lot of Americans that will hate it here.
Yeah, excuse my language, but that's just how it is. So I'm giving it to you the way I'm seeing it. I'm not the Bible, John. And I don't know everything about the Philippines.
I don't either.
My boots on the ground, that's why I say it.
And something else Calvin said, okay, we have our experiences, but later on, we may see a little different and may say something different. It's not because we're backflipping or, you know.
That's how I did on online dating, John. I was so hooked on the online date with the Philippines because I was naive. I did not know that they were looking for a visa and a better life. I used to tell all my friends, man, go on to these Philippine sites. They're really interested in meeting guys, see? And I didn't know.
Some are, but you really got to be careful.
But it starts there, right? And while we're on that subject, do you have a problem with the pay-for-play, which is here?
I don't.
Which is the reality here. Me either.
I mean, it's pay-for-play everywhere in the world, even in the U.S. I mean, we may sugarcoat it or something like, but that's really what it is. If you get introduced to a woman, what's the first in the U.S.? What's the first thing you ask? What do you do for a living?
That's right.
You say, you know, I'm a garbage man. Well, they may, bye-bye. You know, you say, I'm a doctor. Oh my goodness.
And I'm glad that you put it out there like that because I want guys to know it's nothing wrong with that. It's no different than what you're doing at home.
Oh, I agree.
Some people are, it's not like that. You know, it is. You know, and it's not a fair exchange either. All right? She's getting the best part of the deal in the long run, okay? But there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're happy. But this pay for play, man, you got to get comfortable with it over here, you know. That's all I'm saying.
And it can turn into love. I think in my case it has.
Well, a lot of times it does.
I think it
turn into love, you know. But the Filipina wants to know you first. That's why I tell to the guys, stop falling in love online because she's not going to fall in line she's not going to fall in love online.
I promise you that. 6 months or a year before she falls in love with you after you two are living together.
After y'all together, but you already done jumped the gun. You in love. She got you in her pocket, and you know, and then some of these women over here can be cold. They're gonna trick you.
Yes, the online dating is definitely dangerous. I mean, as long as you don't send any money and just say, hey, I won't send you any money, until I meet you or something like that. That's the only way that I would do it.
Some of us, John, we won't even loan our sisters and brothers $20, but yet we're sending hundreds of dollars over here to complete strangers. And I don't get it, but let's go on to the next thing. But I just wanted to let you guys know, it's pay for play over here, and you're nothing special, man. She wants you because of what you have to offer. Same as the women over there do.
We all want a better life. That's why I'm here.
And we always go for the looks. The man does, right? I don't care how shallow it is. That's what we do.
Like I say, to me, online dating would be the last way I would want to meet Filipinos. The personal introduction is the best way. While I was in Lapu-Lapu, I met a guy there, and I can't remember how I met him, but I got talking to him. Well, he wanted to fix me up with his sister. And he says, that's when Miss Philippines was Miss USA. He goes, she looks just like her. I said, well, I got his number. I said, well, send me a picture. He sent me a picture, and she wasn't bad looking, but she was she was about 100 pounds heavier than Miss Philippines. And so I wrote back and said, well, she's kind of fat. And he goes, oh yeah, but before she's fat, she looked just like her.
And I don't have anything against single women. I mean, single mothers.
Yes.
I live with a single mother. My last video I did, John, somebody took it out of context. Hey, don't wipe single mothers off your list. I didn't do that. I said lying single mothers. When someone tells you they don't have children, then all of a sudden they have children, yeah, that's a problem. But single mothers, I'm going to tell you, just in my experience, my first son's mother over here, one of the most beautiful women you saw, John, that I've ever seen. She was a single mother. You think I was going to pass that up? No, I'm sorry. You know, and some guys like, oh, it's like drinking somebody else's warm beer.
I don't agree with that. But like Calvin also said, if you got a 29-year-old woman that has 3 kids by 3 different dads, or 4 or 5,
because it's that's common.
Yes, it is. Especially a woman with 1 kid. Hey, we all make mistakes. I know I've made plenty. The second way that I would meet women here would be meet in public. I'll tell you this quick story. I was in Lapu-Lapu. I looked on my phone. I found All American Burger. Well, I've been without a real hamburger for like 4 months by then, boy. I don't ride tricycles. I always walk. Calvin sees me. I always walk. So I punched it in my phone, so I'm walking. Where's the barbecue? A pretty good sized barbecue place, and a young girl was sitting there. This is how they do the barbecue because of the charcoal. And so I said to her, hey. I said, hey, how you doing? Well, hello. Well, you can tell by the hello whether it's a hello or a hello. Well, this was a hello. So I said to her, I said, you don't happen to have a thing for old foreigners, do you? She looked at me and she said, I don't think so. So I said, okay, bye. I went up and got my hamburger. It sucked. So on the way back, I stopped again and said, you haven't had a change of heart, had you? Well, she did not understand English real good. She goes, please, come in there and sit down. Well, she went and got a friend to translate for her. Well, and that's how I met her, and we ended up having a long relationship. But in the end, she wasn't the one for me.
But see, I've been with you many times, John, whether it's in McDonald's or at Mawani, and the way that you talk to, and introduce yourself to these young ladies, you can see that they would be interested if you pursued it further. But you got somebody, and that's what I was telling guys. That's what it is over here. It's a different ball game here. They're not shallow like over there. If you're good looking in America, by the end of the day, 100 men have told you how good looking you are. The woman, my son's mother, she's beautiful. John saw.
Yes, she is.
No one had ever told her she was beautiful but me and her mother. And that's how it is over here.
My wife, her mother never even told her that. I'm the only one that ever told her she's a beautiful woman.
They're very humble, and that's why I say, why would you come 8,000 miles to date a woman that you could date right around the corner where you live?
That's right, I agree.
I wouldn't come all the way over here for something mediocre. She better be worth it, hey, and they're thinking the same thing. They're going for the highest bidder too, believe it or not.
That's the way it is in the U.S. Like I say, what's the first question? What do you do for a living? The first question.
And especially if you got a nice car, they're looking at that. See? Yes. But over here, it's like you do have a nice motorcycle, or they look at your shoes or something,
And that's something that another way to meet women here that I have is in public. I already started that, but I was sitting at the Axis Pension House, and they had a little place with tables and stuff, and I was out there drinking, but the street was very busy, and then, I'll talk to an empty chair, Calvin said. So I'd see a young lady walk by and say, hi, how you doing? Well, a lot of times they just blow me off, but I've met women that way that I've dated also.
You do that 10 times and you're going to get one.
Well, that's the thing. Let when my son was about 18 years old, he didn't have any girlfriend. I said he was complaining about it. These girls don't like me. I said, well, son, I've been to your high school. I said, you got plenty of good-looking women here. Yeah, but I'm afraid to talk to them. They might say no. Well, here's what I told him, and I'll tell you guys this too. I have probably asked 4,000 women out in my life. Mm-hmm. I probably have gotten no 75% of the time. But that's still 1,000 women.
Right.
So,
yeah, see, you bet 300 in baseball, you're a superstar.
Yeah, yes.
So do that. Hell,
just don't be afraid.
If you say hello to 1,000 women over here, 300 of them, you could probably have them. I'm more over here. I'll be like Ty Cobb over here. I'll be betting 500 probably.
One online dating thing I'll warn you about. I've shown Calvin the picture, Ingram Davis. I've sent it to him and Bobby G. I was talking to what I thought was a young lady up near Manila. Everything seemed to be good. She sent me pictures. You saw the pictures, Calvin. She didn't look too bad, did she?
Looks like a woman.
Well, I had my flight booked. I had a hotel booked. I sent the pictures to my daughter, my 30-year-old daughter, and she wrote me back and said, Dad, are you sure that's a woman? Well, it looked like it to me. So I emailed and said, are you a lady boy? And the answer came back was, how did you know?
Oh my God.
And so you gotta be, like I say, online to me would be last.
Yeah, be last. And while you on the ladyboy thing, remember I made a video not too long ago. Ladyboys in the Philippines are just men with long hair and booty shorts. Well, the universe got me back yesterday, man. I'm doing my live stream, but before I'm doing my live stream, I'm drinking my cup of coffee. Oh, and this gorgeous woman walks by, but the second time I said, that's a lady boy. But, had the breasts, had everything. And I said, well, I'll be damn, this is the universe telling me that they don't all look like that.
Some of them don't look bad.
Some of them don't look bad. This woman, well, I guess she's a woman, really looked good, man. And I know, she was with another gay, but yeah, she was fine. I hate to say it.
Well, I never knew the arm that Calvin told.
Yeah, look at yours.
Yeah, mine's straight.
Straight. Mine's straight. You'll see. Look how straight that is, John.
Yeah, mine too.
Yours is straight. Now you're gonna see right in here, the woman's. It's gonna break. It's gonna go like that.
Yeah,
just a little bit. Yeah.
Maybe that's how my daughter knew. I don't know.
Yeah, they cannot fix that.
But thank goodness for my daughter, because I doubt if Durarte would have gave me a pardon like he did the Marine.
Yeah,
I'd still be in jail.
Yeah. Well, that guy got off. He got off easy.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
See, over here there's murder, then there's homicide. They're not the same thing. He was charged with homicide. They gave him 10 years. He did 5 because they give you a day for day over here. They got a lenient good time. And of course, he was a Marine, and the pressure from them led him out.
Yeah.
They were saying, though, that the Marines was going to charge him over there. I haven't heard anything else from him.
I haven't either.
Because they can do that. The Marines can get you for that.
Well, from what I've read, the Philippines has a reciprocal agreement with the U.S., so I think that, like tax evasion, they can come over here and get me and you, or any other crimes like that.
Trust me, that extradition here is about as, you might as well be in the United States. If you're wanted in the United States, you might as well be in the United States when you're over here.
Yes, I agree.
They're going to get you, especially if you go into immigration like we do to renew your visa. That's when they get you. Because they run everything through and they give you a paper to let you know that you're cleared.
How much time do we got left, guys?
No, we got plenty.
I thought we'd also go into some, in my opinion, maybe yours, expat mistakes. Number one, I would say, is meeting a woman online and falling in love with her. I've seen somebody comment about getting married online.
Yeah.
Oh, I would never, ever do that.
But see, that loneliness, John,
I understand
makes you, that's why they saying cruel and unusual punishment, that isolation that they do in the prisons.
Yes.
That's what's happening. Solitary confinement. That's what's happening to these guys. They're in their houses, in these apartments. It's solitary confinement. And their minds is going crazy. It's turning to mush. And they're talking about marrying somebody online. Really, man? Come on.
I get to know.
I've heard it all.
Meet on meet online
heard
and
it
come
all.
and visit and get to know for a long time first.
Because you don't know who you're meeting. The video I did yesterday, you can't tell she's 1, 2, or 3 of them looking through the screen. You're not going to do it. When you get over here, you're going to see they're totally different in person. You know, you're going to
be better.
You're going to be able to find them out quick.
The second thing I would have is not learning the Filipino culture first before you get involved with a woman here. Like I said, that was a big problem of mine. Calvin's brought this up before. You can't bring your American thinking here. Well, you can, but you'll fail.
It doesn't work over here.
The cultures are different. There's some things of the American culture that are definitely superior, in my opinion, but there's something of the Filipinos culture that is superior, in my opinion, especially about the family unit. And before we go into some of the other ones, the happiest expats that I've met here have embraced the Filipino culture. They go ahead and have the mother and father living with them, and I mean, they seem to be the happiest.
I've got a friend like that. He's in America. He brought the parents over, because that's how close they are. And she was the only child.
Oh, well.
But another problem we have is hot pants syndrome, guys. The minute you get out the plane, you're ready to take your pants off. And that's a problem over here. I've done several videos on AIDS, on the different diseases. You got to have these women checked out, man. You can't come over here. But that's the small of it. I'm going to tell you, man, once you lay down with them, they figure, you might as well propose to them.
Yeah, I agree.
You're only going to be here for 2 weeks. You're not going to get rid of her. Slow down a little bit, man. Stay here for a day or two, soak it in, because if you meet somebody online, I guarantee you when you get over here, you're going to see 100 of them before you even leave the airport. 100 of them you're going to be like, man, what did I do? I'm going to kick myself.
And that was back to your subscribers' question when I said some of that, my failed relationships were my fault. Well, after I found out how easy it was to attract women,
that's right.
Then my tolerance got very, very low. If I saw one thing, I'll get another one tomorrow,
and
which is bad.
You become a runner like I was over there.
Like I was a runner for a long time.
The grass looks greener over there. They're like, oh, girl, you getting a little pudgy. I want somebody slimmer. I mean, just something shallow like that. That's why I say when you come over here, man, you're going to have to, to be honest, I'm not trying to sound chauvinistic or anything like that, but you got to sow your oats.
I agree.
Really.
Get it out of your system.
Get it out of your system.
Then find a good woman, sit down, you'll be happy.
And sell that, or sow your oats there. Then by the time you come over here, but it's going to be hard over here your first few times. Just some crazy, beautiful women over here, man. If you like that,
they like foreigners.
Yeah, if you like, Oriental Asian women, man, with perfect bodies, really.
And a lot of the Filipinos do not look Asian to me. They look like
That's right.
Mexican women,
Latino
women, very similar.
Well, yeah, they don't really look. I was thinking about that today. I was on Lackawanna Island. I was like, that's where the beautiful people come, like Boracay, right? I was like, man, it's funny about Filipinos. They don't look Asian like
not
Japanese.
All of them. Some do.
Some of them do, like Japanese, Chinese. They don't look that way. But yeah, they got some beautiful women over here, man, and you're gonna kick yourself.
Now, some of the other expat mistakes. This is just what I've heard from other expats. And building a house in the girlfriend's name, and when the house is done, the girlfriend kicks them out. I would say get to know him for a long time. Now, Calvin's doing that, but he has had a child with this woman. He's doing it for his child.
Yeah.
That, to me, makes perfect sense. But that comes to my number 3 I have here. Having children too soon. I think you should be married maybe 2 years before you have children.
Yeah.
You really get to know them.
I mean, I'm glad you brought that up. Because if you just look at these women, they're going to get pregnant. You have to be really careful because,
they love children here.
Well, it's
all the families. But they love children.
Society, there's no birth control. They're not going to be taking it, guys, most of them. Now, some of them, because they've got a program here where they're going into the real slum areas, and they're doing the implants. But most of the women that you're meeting online, the ones that are working and different things like that, going to college, they don't have it. I mean, the minute you touch them, and they're going to, I know, man, I'm telling you this from a fact, man. I'm glad you brought that up. It's easy to get them pregnant.
The next thing I got is giving up your control of your finances to your Filipino wife.
God.
Well, here.
Do people really do that?
A lot of them do. And that's, I mean, Calvin's brought this up a few times, and I'll give you my opinion. If you've only had $50 as your weekly budget for 5 years, and all of a sudden you get $1 million, do you really know how to handle it?
Yeah,
no.
That's right.
So keep control of your finances.
Same thing as it is over here. You know, guys, you know, I'm glad you brought that up because there's a word going around on my channel all the time. It's simp.
Yeah,
I never heard it. Okay.
I haven't either.
To be a simp over here in the Philippines, you literally have to lay down and let the woman walk over you.
And the same as online.
You understand?
Calvin said this before. If you give somebody money online, they're not scamming you. You're the one giving it to them.
I mean, but to be a simp over here, because the women are going to do everything to keep you in the front, to keep you in control, right? You literally have to be, I mean, oh man, I mean, I don't believe it exists over here.
The last three things I have is what the Panay women I've talked to, their complaints about foreigners, which I think are interesting. Number one, they don't like beards. Now, they say if you got a real close trim, you know, goatee or something, that'd be okay. They feel that beards are dirty and that only outlaws and stuff wear beards.
Yeah.
The second biggest complaint, actually, Vanessa's sister, Jessica, married a foreigner, and she made him shave his beard off before she married him.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they don't like beards here. The second biggest complaint I hear is that foreigners stink. And, I mean, Filipinos don't stink. I've never met a Filipino that had any body odor.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, have you?
Well, because, and it's not them, it's more or less their clothes, you know, because they wash them by hand. A lot of times
that could be.
You have it mildew, but yeah. And see, that's one of them things where they think, that's why they'll sniff on you.
Well,
right?
I got that one coming up next.
They'll sniff on you, and I guess that's why they do it, because most of us, when we come over, we're smelling good now.
Yes.
We've got good hygiene.
Well, I think some of and I know we'll catch all kinds of crap for this. I think some other Europeans may not, and I'm not. Well, I know we'll get hate mail for that. But back to what he said, a lot of cologne they don't like either. They just like a natural clean smell, and most of the Filipinos I've met are very clean. They might take 2 or 3 showers a day, but there's reasons behind that. First of all, it's hotter than heck here. Second of all, if you're out in the province and you get a cut, it gets infected, you got a problem. It's not like, you know, in the U.S. you just go and get something for it. Calvin brought up the sniff kiss. The women will sniff kiss you. I'm not going to demonstrate one on Calvin, but trust me, they do a sniff kiss.
Yeah, they'll sniff you all over. I mean, from the first time it happened, even to now, you know, they do it.
Yeah, they do it. It's something they do.
Yeah,
the last foreigner expat mistake I have, and I'm sure there's many others.
As a matter of fact, John, you're looking kind of spiffy today.
Well,
look
thank
at
you.
New shirt John's got on.
Well, it's not a new one.
You're making me look bad.
I don't have any clothes that's less than 3 years old. I only got what I brought here, and I can't hardly find anything to fit me here, and you can't try it on. Like Calvin, in the U.S., I don't know, Calvin, you would probably wear a medium in the U.S. maybe a large.
No, extra large.
In the U.S.?
Yeah.
Okay, but
because I like my clothes to be kind
loose.
Of loose. Yeah, see.
But
but over here I wear a 3X.
I'm surprised it's not 5.
Yeah, I wear a 3X. Well, I lost 30 pounds, so I still wear a 3X over here. And let's let you know, guys, when you come over, and John can vouch for it. These clothes are small.
Yes, they are. It seems like they have Western sizes and Asian sizes, but you don't know which is which.
Some stores do.
This is the only clean shirt I had while I put this one on. But the last one I have is expats coming here without enough passive income. I mean, you can live cheaply here. It depends on what you want. But if you come over here, I think it's easy it was for me anyway. You come over here, you're a big shot millionaire for the first time in your life, and it's addicting. And it makes you feel good, and
you think you have more money. I did a whole video on that,
And I
but you
agree with
really
that.
don't.
That's right.
Now, if you give that same money to the Filipino, yeah, because their spending habits is different. You got the same spending habits in America as you do here. You're not going to change overnight. You're going to change in 2 weeks. See?
So if you come
But
over
that's
here,
what we do, John.
you come
It's
over
crazy.
here, buy your girlfriend a house,
Oh,
you're
my
out of
God.
money,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
kicks you out, you got a real problem.
Yeah,
You know?
or you just run out of money.
Or just
as
run out,
nice
yeah.
and welcoming as they are, you're done. They're not going to help you. And it's not because they're cold. They
They don't
can't
have
help
it.
you.
They don't
You know, it's not like, you know, and then good luck with these expats over here. We was just talking before I've been here 2 years in San Carlos. John's been here. How long you been here?
July will be 2 years.
2 years for
me.
him. And John's the only one who ever spoke to me. I'm telling you, he intentionally, I was at the laundromat, he came up to me, and I was like, oh, this is the good guy. This is one of the good guys. It's the guy on my last video making comments, oh, I live in San Carlos and blah, 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 you know, disagreeing with me. And I'm like, man, I'm sure you've seen me in San Carlos. I'm the only black man probably in the...
I'm still
Because
trying to figure out who
problem.
he is. But
Yeah.
the expats here, I talk to every foreigner I see. We have some from France here. We have some from Italy. We got a lot of Australians and a lot of Americans. But some expats, they don't want to be bothered. I respect that.
Yeah, I
I mean,
respect that, yeah.
if I say hi and they just, well, okay, leave them alone.
He's going to comment on my video, but yet
He won't say hi to you.
He won't say hi to me in person.
Yeah.
You know you seeing me.
Yeah.
Here. I mean, because I go everywhere on my bike. You see me all the time on my bike. I go to Gasano City, my old McDonald's. We go to McDonald's. You're seeing me, but you won't speak. But you wait until you disagree with something. On my video. Yeah, I mean, but that's how it is.
Yeah.
So good luck running out of money over here. That's a great, it's a great point. You know,
always have an exit plan. Have enough money to get yourself back home. Don't wait until you're out.
That's it. You know, you can take that route and go to the embassy. But you don't know how long that's going to take. You got to qualify
But
for
right
that.
now, we can't even travel to Manila. You can't get to an embassy.
You really be in trouble. I keep $2,500 that I never ever touched. It's since December the 5th, 2018. For that.
An exit plan. Always have one.
You know.
And we don't know. Right now, life is great here. But we don't know in 5 years, maybe anti-American sentiment will take over. I mean, you see how it's changed so quickly in the U.S. It can happen even faster here.
Absolutely, you know. But yeah, that's just some things that we wanted to talk about this week, and I appreciate you, John, for coming on, and thank you, Dan, for that. Dan Hackney, Hackney, for that question, and you even hit on the question that Gary T asked. I think he's from San Francisco. Gary, he said the mistakes that we see.
Yeah, and that's why thought I'd do that in. And if there's anything you want us to discuss, hey, leave it in the comments.
We'll discuss anything.
I'll give you my opinion. My opinions aren't always right, but they're my opinions.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I would like to introduce my wife.
Come on.
Come on, Janessa.
Come on, Janessa.
Come on, you look great.
Just come on out.
Just look straight at the camera. This is my wife. She's 28 years old. Her name's Janessa. I am very lucky to have found her.
Yeah, she's beautiful. She's intelligent.
She's smart.
And then tonight we're going to I forgot who's that one. Yeah, Wells Family Journey. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
Super chat. He told me to take John and his girlfriend out. They've got a new Korean place here. See, this San Carlos has opened up a lot of places here.
Yes, pre-pandemic, there was a lot of places open.
Yeah,
I mean, we are shut down now.
But I thought there'd be something different.
I'll try it.
Because they've got that Pizarro pizza place now. They've got a new recipe, I guess, in a new oven. Because when I first got here, that pizza was horrible. Now it's just like eating pizza in America.
Man, I can't wait to try that.
But it's not enough. They don't put enough cheese on it for me.
Like we've talked before, I have not got a pizza here I was happy with the exception, Calvin recommended Yellow Cab. Well, last time I was in Bacala, because we don't have any here.
Yeah.
I got a Yellow Cab pizza, but in all fairness, it was good. I got their Ultimate Italian or something, Ultimate New Yorker. It was $19.
Yeah,
I can eat 4 days here for $19. So that's why I say it was good, but $19.
Yellow Cab's got a special where you can get the medium pizza, you get pasta, like carbonara. They've got chicken fettuccine. About 3 or 4 different pastas. You get some chicken wings baked. You know.
How were they? Were good?
Yeah, they were good. Like Parmesan.
Well, I said
you get
pizza
the
was
lemon,
good.
pepper, and you get a 2-liter Sprite, Mountain Dew, or Coke, $9.99. So that's about $20.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Yeah, see, but that's
Yeah,
a lot of
you get all
food.
that.
You can't eat.
Well,
That is for 4 people.
And for the $19, I did not get their biggest size.
Well,
I
that's
got the
the
next to
same.
the
Yeah,
biggest
but see, that's
size.
the same thing.
Yeah, the medium.
That you're talking about, but yeah,
But it was good.
Yeah, but thank you so much for stopping by. I really, really appreciate it. In America, it's early. When you get up, so I'm gonna speak to your subconscious mind. When you get up to go get your coffee, go to work, go to the newspaper, go to the grocery store, and you see somebody on the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a couple of dollars. In the Philippines, it's what time is it? 4 o'clock. You got about 2 hours left to intentionally go out there and help somebody. I already did. I helped about 4 people on my way from Lackawanna Island to here.
Oh, I believe that.
And I do it every day, not for a pat on the back, but hell, we're in the middle of a pandemic.
And that's something else. I know Calvin's got a lot of haters out there. He does a lot of help for people here under the radar. I will attest to that.
Yeah.
And I'm a no BS kind of guy.
See, they don't
He helps a
understand.
lot
You
of
can
people.
go to my Facebook page. It's totally dedicated to helping Filipinos during the pandemic. This is helping foreigners and new women and men who've never been to the Philippines. But both my Facebook page and my YouTube channel, it's all about helping. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time. John, you want to give somebody a shout out?
God, just thanks everybody for all the support you give me, for having me on Calvin's channel. Like I say, I don't do it for I'm bored.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate this opportunity.
And while you're saying it, John and Janessa's getting a channel together. So, you know, you'll know more about it. John's going to be like, she's going to be the Abbott to his Costello.
Yeah, well,
Basically.
whoever the fat one is, that's who I'll be.
Yeah,
But it's not going
You're
to
Lou
be.
Costello.
Okay. Boy, that was a skinny guy. I got to be the fat guy.
No, you're the
Okay.
Costello.
He was the fat guy?
Abbott is the skinny one.
Okay.
I had to look it up.
But it won't be Calvin's channel.
No.
It's going to be a compliment to his. Like, I thought we'd do things like go to the public market and show how you can buy food here, or maybe a walk around town. Just something a little different.
It's going to have John's wit, though. His candor, his wit, and his humor.
Whether that's good or bad.
So it's going to work, you know. And like I said, from time to time, I'll be a guest on his channel like he's on that.
And
we're going to just try to help him. You know, he wants to help his girlfriend, you know, kind of do something because she's getting bored.
Yeah, oh yeah.
During the pandemic, you know. My girlfriend has enough stuff to do, ripping and running, collecting taxes and stuff like that. Yeah, because I can be. We complicate them, John.
Yeah, she got that baby.
That's the thing one thing we didn't talk about. How we complicate the lives of these women. Before we get here, they live simple lives.
Very simple.
We complicate it, guys.
But we also bring them a better life.
Oh,
we really do.
Yeah.
And
More than money.
But
it's more than money.
And you know, a lot of people think we're saving them, but in my opinion, she has saved me.
Yeah.
She really has.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.